Hello, I'm Dimas Prayogi. I'm here to talk about anxiety disorder. I dedicated this speech to whoever felt like they have an anxiety disorder and people who had a friend with an anxiety disorder. I'm speaking from personal experience. However, I'm not an expert on this topic. In this speech, I'm gonna talk about what anxiety feels like, what is an anxiety disorder, how to cope with an anxiety disorder, and my personal message for everyone who has an anxiety disorder. If you don't know how anxiety feels, I'm gonna describe my experience with it. First, your body feels tense and just telling you to run away from the situation far, far away. The sky feels like it's gonna fall on you. Your body starts shrinking and be small. You are powerless and can't do anything else. In your head, you're panicking. A lot of words flew in your head and you can't catch them. And even if you catch them, your lip just started to froze and or stutter and you just can't talk. But I think it's different for everybody. So if you have a moment like that, please feel free to share them in the comment section below. And please don't be shy. I think it is normal to feel anxiety. Never be ashamed of it. It's a human response. On to the next part of my speech, I think we need to understand what is an anxiety disorder first. According to WebMD, anxiety disorder are a group of mental illnesses that causes constant and overwhelming anxiety and fear. This excessive anxiety can make you avoid work, school, family get-together, social gathering, etc. that might worsen or trigger your symptom. Understanding this, now you know why it is hard for people who had anxiety just to hang out with people or go out. This makes them feel like a recluse and have no connection whatsoever. It is hard for people who have anxiety disorder to just socialize. So if you make the first move, I think we may greatly appreciate it. In my personal experience, a lot of people just told me to calm down and asked me, why are you having such a breakdown over this? And such. And let me tell you, it did not help me cope at all. If anything, it worsened it. When people told me this, I feel worse and hating myself and make me question myself. Why I can do that? Why can't I calm myself? Why I get a fuss over this? So my coping mechanism first is just to not listen to other people when I have a meltdown. Another coping mechanism I do is listen to my own breathing and heartbeat or count my fingers, and it usually calms me. For you, it might be listening to music. It's also a good alternative. However, coping mechanism is not a good way to deal with your mental illnesses. So if you had the opportunity to get help, please get help. Find a string or a therapist that fits you. Getting help is not something that you should be ashamed of, no matter how many people tell you that you are weak for asking for help. And lastly, this is my message to everyone who has an anxiety disorder. I often told this message to myself to help me cope with my anxiety disorder. You are enough. You just have to be yourself. Never think that your self-worth is based on anything but yourself. You yourself are enough. You don't have to be other people. You might feel that anxiety disorder makes you less than anyone else, but that's not true and will never be true. And if you feel like nobody will help you, think about your friends and reach out to them. I know it is hard, especially if you have anxiety disorder, but if they care for you, they will help you. And remember, you're not alone. In conclusion to my speech, I think it is okay if you have anxiety disorder, and there is nothing to be ashamed of if you want to get help. And always remember that you are never alone, and your anxiety disorder does not define you and does not make you less than anyone else. Thank you for listening to my speech. I hope you understand anxiety disorder better.